check out the weather forecast for today, and then we check out the motivation quote for today as well. Once it is 8:10, we'll go through the front pages of various Nigerian dailies this beautiful morning, see what is happening in the country, and by 8:30, the sports crew will be in the studio to take us through the exciting world of sports. I don't know, I've not seen Daniel since Wednesday. Spinning me, but anyway, we would actually talk about briefly things going on in the world of sports, and by 9 a.m. we'll go straight into the People's Assembly, where we get to talk about things going on in the country. We'll talk about that for about 30 minutes, and by 9:30 I'll be having a guest in the studios. Like I said, quite a number of things are going on, quite a number of events are going down in the city of Ibadan, and I'll be having that conversation with my guest by 9:30. 9:45, Melody Surprise will be eating the airwaves, where I get to celebrate someone on your behalf and with you and for you, and we'll do that for 10 minutes and wrap up the show in its entirety for the week by 9:55. Okay, so we have absolutely nothing to worry about. In between, you'll be listening to great music and great conversation as well. So let's kick off with our forecast for today. It's actually 25 degrees Celsius right now, and the temperature will keep rising to peak at 33 degrees Celsius this afternoon, starting from around 1 p.m. It's going to be peaking at 33 degrees Celsius at 1 p.m. All right, so before it starts dropping to all time of 24 degrees Celsius later tonight. So it's going to be a rather somewhat, not entirely, but somewhat chilly night, but partly cloudy conditions are going to be occurring between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. with mostly sunny conditions expected at 6 p.m. It shocked you? It shocked me too when I saw it. Like 6 p.m. when we think that the sun should be setting, no, it's going to be shining, because sunset is going to come around 8:20. That is 6:26 p.m. Today. Doesn't mean the temperature is going to drop still, though. It's going to be around 28 degrees Celsius around that time. All right, so moving on straight to the motivation quote for today. This one is actually very important. It says, be you, love you, always and always. I'll take that again. Be you, love you, always and always. That is in always and always. Okay, so this actually means to embrace your authentic self unconditionally, accepting your strength and your flaws, and practicing consistent deep self-love in every situation, reflecting true self-acceptance and inner peace. It is a powerful affirmation of self-worth, emphasizing that your happiness and essence are valuable and should be cherished not just sometimes, but in every possible manner and at all times. And we would break it down, right? So the part that says be you is actually saying that you should live authentically without pretending to be someone else but your true self. Because guess what? You are enough. Is there room for improvement or, changes? Of course, but you ultimately are enough. Another one is to love you. Practice deep self-acceptance and compassion for every part of who you are. Okay, I know that there are some flaws that are going to be in there, but still embrace your flaws. All right, we've spoken about that on the show at some point, for you to accept your flaws. We're not saying don't work on them, we're not saying don't be better, but accept them. Okay, another one is another part of the quote that says always. That is in every manner, method, or circumstance possible, during good times, bad times, when you're strong and when you're struggling. Love yourself still. Okay, and always actually talks about at all times, without fail, making it a constant state of your mindset or your constant state of your being. Okay, so in essence, this quote is a call to unwavering self-love, a commitment to being your own best friend and your own advocate, no matter what life brings, throws your way. Do not forget, the quote says, be you, love you, always and always. All right, so with that being said, I'm heading back to the music. 8:10, we'll go straight to check out the front pages of various Nigerian dailies. But in the meantime, Katy Perry coming through with Unconditionally. Stick around.
Did I almost
All right, I hope that you do love yourself unconditionally. Katy Perry weather with Unconditionally, and we are back to it. It is 11 minutes past 8 a.m. from the studios of Melody 100.7 FM. This is Melody Sunrise, and my name is Bolabad. It is time to go through the front pages of various Nigerian dailies this beautiful morning. And per usual, I have Nigerian Tribune, I have Vanguard newspaper, I have the Guardian newspaper, and the Punch newspaper this very morning. So I'll begin from the front page of the Punch newspaper, and the first headline I'll be taking says, newly sworn in defense minister declares war on kidnappers. Stories on page 8 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Now to the biggest headline on the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning. Big diplomatic overhaul. That is the kicker. Tinubu's 65 envoy picks brace for Senate storms. And story has a writer attached to it. Says ex-Rivers administrator, 30 politicians, others make list. Senate to screen list in 1 week. And that story can be found on page 3 of the Punch newspaper this very morning. Now moving on to another headline. Immigration CG visits Kebbi, vows justice after checkpoint attack. And that story can be found on page 41 of the Punch newspaper. Also has pictures attached to the front page showing the visit of the immigration CG as well, and the place of the attack. Okay, now moving on from that headline to another one. Nigeria must protect democracy as Sahel faces coup, says Ribadu. Stories on page 41 of the Punch newspaper this morning. PTAD monthly payout to retirees soars to 1 trillion naira, and the stories on page 29 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Senate orders nationwide crackdown as lead poisoning lead poisoning hits Lagos, and that story is on page 8 of the Punch newspaper this very morning. Now moving on from that to another headline. VIO heads to Supreme Court after losing vehicle impoundment appeal, and that story is on page 41 of the Punch newspaper this morning. If you did not quite catch the drift, this week the FCT actually said VIO has no right to impound vehicles, and it's been some sort of back and forth since then. But you can catch the story on page 41 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Federal government sets December 20th deadline to pay contractors. Stories on page 29 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Moving on to the front page of the Guardian newspaper, the biggest headline says, our stigma, poor treatment, funding, Hubble HIV/AIDS rollback. Stories on pages 4 and 5 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Masop decries Igbo politicians' silence on Kanu's ordeal. Stories on page 29 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. To another headline, insecurity, that is the kicker. Defense minister vows swift gains as NSA warns enemies. Labour talks tough. And that story is on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. You have more like political candidates than presidents. ADC tells you behave more like political candidates than a president. ADC tells Tinubu, and that story is on page 7 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Reps defer constitution review debate for wider consultation. Stories on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Nasarawa to prosecute parents of out-of-school children. Stories on page 30 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. And the final headline I'll be taken from the front page of the Guardian. Tinubu nominates Ibas, Sulu Gambari, Bent Enang, Sister One, others as ambassadors. And the story is on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Now moving on to the front page of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. First headline reads, a bank's insurance contribution to economy falls 15% to 1.51 trillion naira. And you can catch that story on page 20 of Vanguard newspaper this morning. We will defeat terror, restore order, peace, says Defense Minister NSA. Story has a handful of riders attached to it. Says terrorists needs to be flushed out. Kuka tells Minister. Another one says Kwara Monarch still with bandits, says community. 5 abducted Rivers students regain freedom, and all of that can be found on page 5 of Vanguard newspaper this morning. And to another headline, court affirms judgment barring VIO from seizing vehicles, imposing fines. Story is on page 7 of Vanguard newspaper this very morning. President nominate Ibas Dembazo, 63 others as ambassadors, and that story is on page 8 of Vanguard newspaper this morning. At Imo Economic Summit, that is the kicker. Indigbo, most significant stakeholders in the Nigeria project, says Tinubu. Story has a writer attached to it, says Zodema, open state to multi-sectoral investments. Stories on page 11 of Vanguard newspaper this very morning. Now moving on to Nigerian Tribune. Appeal court bars VIOs from impounding vehicles, imposing fines. Story can be found on page 26 of Vanguard, and that is Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning. Exodus of oil workers looms. Pengasan warns, and that story is on page 6 of Nigerian Tribune this very morning. Article folds Tinubu's nomination of former INEC chair for ambassadorial position. Stories on page 25 of the Nigerian Tribune this morning. To the biggest headline, Rabadu Musa Kuka, a bit about end to terrorism. Story has 3 riders attached to it. Terrorism banditry to end soon, says NSA. Nigerians can now sleep with eyes closed, says Musa. And defense portfolio now in very good hands, says Kuka. And all of that can be found on page 2 of Nigerian Tribune this morning. Patients allege organ harvesting in hospital. AKT government begins probe. Story has a writer attached to it. Says ex-NMA president Fadoyle heads committee, and that story is on page 26 of Nigerian Tribune this morning. Suspected gunmen kidnap APC chieftain Oriade in Ibadan. Story has a writer attached to it. Says APC leadership, other stakeholders express concern. Stories on page 24 of Nigerian Tribune this morning. Tinubu names Ibas Dambazo, Sulu Gambari, Enang as ambassadors. Story has a writer attached to it. Says increases nominees to 68. 6 senates come 2 of the Nigerian Tribune this morning. And to another headline, the final one I'll be taking from the front page of Nigerian Tribune this morning. It says inside, that is the kicker. It says that list of overtime cargo for condemnation domiciled at Apapa TCI of Nigerian Tribune this very morning. And this is as far as we can go, checking out the front page of of various Nigerian dailies this beautiful morning. It is back to the music. The time is 8:19 from the studios, and don't forget that by 8:30 the sports crew will be in the studios to take us through the exciting world of sports. But in the meantime, this one is A7S David Guetta, Whiskey doing lighter. Stick around.
Baby, you came in the right time, sitting on me drinking white wine, taking me places I ain't been before. You make me feel like them. I did not know what it feels like, taking my mind on a wild ride. I'm in for a lifetime for sure. You make me feel like them. You got control of me when I go deep in your water. Don't need apology. No, you can do what you want to. Yeah, we're the life of the party, and you can tell that there's no doubt the way I feel about you now. Say whoa, anytime, any place, I'll be there for you, babe, you know. And if you need some space, I'll give it to you like my soul. I love how you taste, all your curves and shades, and all of your. Baby, you came in the right time, sitting on me, drinking white wine, taking me places I ain't been before. You make me feel like that. I did not know what it feels like, taking my mind on a wild ride. I'm in for a lifetime for sure. You make me feel like that. Like your banjo, give me dance, so love you in 1,000 thousand ways. Now you be the party Kamajo, give me a dance so I no go use you play. Give me love and affection, you want it more fair gone, you want it more fair gone. And if I lose you, I lose a piece of me. I will never let you go. Say whoa, anytime, any place, I'll be there for you, baby, you know. And if you need some space, I'll give it to you like my soul. I love how you taste, all your curves and shades, and all of you. Baby, you came in the right time, sitting on me, drinking white wine, taking me places I ain't been before. You make me feel like that. I did not know what it feels like, taking my mind on a wild ride. I'm in for a lifetime for sure. You make me feel like that.
Melody 100.7 FM. Stay cool with Melody.
She said you don't want this heart, boy, it's already broke. Told me everything she touched just goes up in smoke. Only stay a couple nights, then she gon' be gone. I said, baby, you should know that's what I want. That's what I want, that's what I want. That's what I want, that's what I want. That's what I want, what I want. And you ain't gotta worry about no trust issues with me. I got them too, I got them too. Now you ain't gotta worry about no exes, that's crazy. I got them too, you know I do. If you're in a hurry, now you ain't gonna hurt me tonight. It won't be the worst thing if this is all it is. And in the middle of a kiss, she said, you don't want this heart, boy, it's already broke. Told me everything she touched just goes up in smoke. Only stay a couple nights, then she gon' be gone. I said, baby, you should know that's what I want. That's what I want, that's what I want. That's what I want, that's what I want. That's what I want, that's what I want.
There are no hard feelings if you only wanna act like others do. For a night or two. And sometimes in the morning go back to being someone you never knew. You never knew. Baby, don't you worry. You ain't gonna hurt me tonight. It won't be the worst thing if this is how it is.
Then she kissed me again and said, you don't want this heart, boy, it's already broke. Told me everything she touched just goes up in smoke. Only stay a couple nights, then she gon' be gone. I said, baby, you should know that's what I want. She said, you don't want this heart, no, it can't be fixed. And I ain't ready to try on a night like this. But if you still wanna stay, there ain't nothing wrong. I said, baby, you should know that's what I want. That's what I want, that's what I want. That's what I want, that's what I want. That's what I want, that's what I want. Yeah, yeah. That's what I want, that's what I want. That's what I want, that's what I want.
That's what I want, that's what I want.
Melody FM 100.7. Stay cool with Melody.
enter your secret number.
Identifying 100.7.
Access granted.
Let's go. You're about to witness entertainment, skills, experience, and desire to rock a party like no other. Mind-blowing sound. Ladies and gentlemen, the party starts now.
Melody 100.7 FM.
I'm up on low, I'm up on but this is my life. I ain't gon' lie, this is my shit. I say bad boy, we get OT, stacking paper, play nicely, Leo Messi. Thank God we did our life, more blessings, sing clearly, angelic. I know say anybody, person will see me, now me I see. I be on and yow, living my life, me so. But the me about my wow, carry your walla go foul. Baby, me go down low, down. She love bad man gangsta.
Elle aime les vrais gangsters, ceux qui sont pas instables. Love street, love money, my life. Jeune africain, congolais ambitieux, je ressens quand même une douleur malgré ta présence. Reçois quality vibe, my guy, mamacita, je reste peu de temps pour toi. Je sais pas où je passais la night. Makala ou Marbella, Bella, près des îles ou des favelas, héla, héla. Je sais pas où je passais la night. Makala ou Marbella, Bella, près des îles ou des favelas, héla, héla.
I'm a gun low, I'm a gun, but this is my life. I ain't gon' lie, this is my shit. I say bad boy, we get OT, stacking paper, play nicely, Leo Messi.
All right, so we're back to it, and this is Melody Sunrise on Melody 100.7 FM. Ashake and Tia Kola in the background doing Badman Gangsta. It is 8:30 from the studios, and I can tell you for a fact that yesterday Ashake and Wizkid actually spoke about the two of them dropping a joint project. And I'm here like, project, not single. Okay, I am sat, we are ready with spoon and plate and fork and knife, everything. We feast this December. Anyway, it is time to talk sports, and I have the sport Bam Bam in the studios. Good morning, Akim Bobola.
Good morning, Bolabad.
How's it going?
Very fine. It's nice to be here.
Yeah.
And there's a lot to talk about in the water sport.
Yeah, I said I was going to drag Daniel, but unfortunately, he's not around.
What happened?
Eh?
What happened?
Because I was not around yesterday now. I forgot to drag her yesterday.
Okay,
Chelsea and Leeds.
Leeds.
Hey, God, I beg you. You people that were celebrating draw with Arsenal over the weekend, like say on a win trophy, you now went to meet up with Leeds and you got...
They are not always consistent. But then today is a lot...
What champion? Hopefully he's listening. What's up? All right, so you were going to say?
Yeah, William Troost Ekong announced his retirement, the captain of the Super Eagles.
He's not going to AFCON.
It's not going to. And it was part of this.
Oh, God! I'm not the people that were listed.
Why are you so happy?
I'm not happy. Nigerian are comedy. I swear.
And it was named, it was part of the squad released.
Yes, nah. 28 months. God, I mean, see, you don't even tire our captain. At this point,
at this junction.
Please, just drop me at this bus stop. Yeah, I'm not going again because it feels like. Oh my boy, it's a lot. If I don't go AFCON now,
exactly. I mean, I was expecting after AFCON
then you retire.
I mean, from international football.
But Baba was going to focus on his family. Have you seen his kids?
Exactly.
Oh
very fine.
They're so cute. Focus on your family, Jare. Fine boy.
But I think he has really done well for himself since 2015. That's 10 years.
Yeah.
I was listening to someone this morning and they were arguing if he's a legend. For me, I would consider him a legend in the game.
Not AFCON, exactly, but okay.
Last AFCON, he was the best player of the tournament. I mean, he has really done well. And I'm not even going to talk about what he does on the pitch. Off the pitch, he's been that fighter for the guys.
Yeah, definitely.
When it comes to...
And he has been our spokesperson. No?
Exactly.
Talking... Who is going to fight for Super Eagles like this?
And most of the guys, they respect him so much because when he talks, nobody underneath.
He actually has that aura, or
Yeah.
that leadership aura. He has that. And aside himself, I think the next person is Iheanacho. Iheanacho also has that aura of leadership
They
and
call him
everything.
senior man.
Yes, no, you understand. So he has that aura around him and everything. But I wish him all the best, though.
Yeah, definitely.
But this one that he did is not good, though. If I go AFCON, come back first.
Exactly.
But
I
we
wasn't
just say on I no
expecting
go
that.
past probably like quarterfinal, but still
I know
bad
the
as
deal.
it bad.
I know the deal.
Check out my full chest.
Yay!
With my full chest. Yes, no.
So you're so confident that Nigeria will not get to the semi-finals? Nobody expected them to get to the finals last time. Oh.
That last time, yeah, I still had some hope.
Okay. Well, this time? Let's finish.
Hopeless. With what you people did at the World Cup qualifiers. Hopeless. Hope Uzodinma is not even visiting your house. What? Anyway, what else is going on?
And also United yesterday, as usual.
Draw.
I mean, it was sad. They scored early. Dalot scored in the 58th minute.
It's crazy because I'm a Manchester United fan and I'm a Nigerian. It is crazy.
Both of them are not working there.
What's wrong with you people? What is wrong with you guys? But anyway, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, we'll talk about the other matches. Saturday, that's when Premier League games will come on again. For today, we don't have top games. It's just games from Bundesliga and all of it. But Premier League will get back on Saturday. The likes of Aston Villa against Arsenal, Man City against Sunderland, Tottenham Hotspur against Brentford, and a couple of other stories making the rounds in the world of sports.
Okay, so, we'll be having all of that conversation in sports with the Sport Bam Bam. I have to step aside now to return by 9 a.m., but you're welcome because it is time to talk sports.
From deep in out. It's a flashing ball, it's Martins! Josie, Yobo, good ball. It's just out to the phone! Double Odesi. Sensational. What a wonderful finish! That is the most embarrassing own goal. Oh, what a goal! But something out of nothing. He struck it sweetly. And does he ever score ordinary goals? They're all copybook stuff.
Alright, it's another beautiful time again to talk sports right here on Melody 100.7 FM. On this segment on Melody Sunrise, we serve you the best of sporting stories, making the rounds, the ever exciting and ever scintillating world of sports. Alright, it's a lot to talk about. I will be talking about the NBA and also Nigerian players abroad. Asisat Oshoala is in the news, and William Troost Ekong announced his retirement yesterday. And also, go to the foreign scene and talk about stories making the rounds in the world of sports right there. Alright, I'm Akimbo Bola Egufemi. Welcome aboard.
Start the game. Won't take off. They're going to push it. We are almost courtside. We're in the second row. Oh, that one is blocked. Well, it's not going to go down, though, and it's going to be taken by LeBron. All the way up ahead. Here is Ayton. That's a good look all the way up the floor. And have a single rebound the other night. Only the 6th time in his whole career that he didn't have a rebound. Underneath, wide open, throw it down. Scotty Barnes is just been outside for basket all year from zero. Brandon's got another mid-range.
Oh, if you went in and they just relaxed and it's an easy one.
Yeah, everything has been outside for Vincent except Reeves bumping the defender. Lob underneath, throw it down, DeAndre.
Set the table.
Leaves it for Ingram, almost stepped into a three. Instead, he's going to get into the paint. Look out! He lays it in.
Brandon said I was
2016. LeBron doubled up, swing it now to Rui. First shot on the way is good. You know, we talk about it every night, Stu. Oneshampi made it. Just under 5 minutes to go now here in the quarter. We're going to have some substitutes in a moment. Emmanuel quickly.
And they get their, I believe that's their first fix.
This is a big part of what they were doing for them. They nearly blew a big lead against Portland. Laravia in low. That's a good place for Jake.
A good place, but he comes back with the right hand.
24-13. Ingram gets it. Nick Smith Jr. Hello. 10 for 21 on the 14 points the other night, his most in a month. Oh, and it settles in for Dalton Connect.
Need to make him answer about.
You're in double figures. Ingram, the man with the ball, has 10 for Toronto. He spins, gives it back out, long distance. Blitz the defense, the scoop and the score. Floor backs up a little bit over to Rui. On its way, Rui, this one's out of Rui. Rui, tough shot. Reeves with control of it, lob underneath.
Makes the right play. He could have very easily tried to win that one on his own, but he sees an open teammate in the corner. He gets him to basketball.
I walk in as a man.
Alright, that was how we ended in basketball yesterday. Ryu Hachimura drilled a buzzer-beating three-pointer to lift the Los Angeles Lakers to a 123-120 NBA victory over the Toronto Raptors on Thursday as LeBron James' incredible streak of double-digit scoring game ended. With the NBA's leading scorer Luka Doncic absent for personal reasons, Austin Reeves delivered a double-double of 44 points and 10 assists for the Lakers in a clash of East and West second-place team. For LeBron James, he scored 8 points and handed out 11 assists, including the pass from the top of the key to Hachimura in the corner or the game winner. And for Hachimura, he said, "That was crazy. I've never had a game winner before." For James, he saw a streak of 1,297 games with 10 or more points and a run that began in January 2007. But the league's all-time leading scorer said he didn't hesitate to dish to Hachimura on the final play with his path to the basket blocked and Reeves also under pressure. For LeBron James, he struggled with his shots and much of the night, connecting on just 4 of 17 and missing all 5 of his three-pointer attempts. Scottie Barnes scored 23 points and Brandon Ingram added 20 for the Raptors, who had 7 players score in double figures but dropped to the third in the East behind Detroit and New York. The Lakers continue their road trip against Celtic in Boston today. The Celtic rode past the last place Wizards 146-101 in Washington to grab their 8th win in 10 games. For the Celtics, they were without alien star Jaylen Brown. In their absence, Derrick White stepped up to score 30 points with 7 rebounds, 9 assists and a steal. And talking about other games in basketball, in Philadelphia, 76ers rookie Vijay Edgecombe put back a basket with 9/10 of second lifted with the host a 98 victory over the Golden State Warriors. Tyrese Maxey sealed the win with a block of DeAnthony Melton at the buzzer and the 6-out win in a game which they led as many as 24. The Warriors struggled out of the game with injured Stephen Curry and Jimmy Butler. Then they saw talisman Damon Green limp out midway through the second quarter with a 4th injury after 76er forward Dominic Barlow fell and rolled over Green's right foot. So for Warriors now, they have Stephen Curry out, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green out. I mean, who's going to play for them? It's something to worry about right there. Living basketball. Living basketball are straight to table tennis. Table tennis legend Funke Oshonaike has made history as the first Nigerian to be appointed to the International Olympic Committee IOC Athletes Commission following a nomination by IOC President Kirsty Coventry. 7-time Olympian Oshonaike is among the 5 new members appointed to ensure the commission reaches full composition ahead of the Milano Cortina 2026 Olympic Winter Games. In a statement released yesterday, December 4, the IOC confirmed the appointment of Surai Agaye, Iran badminton, Hussein Ali Reza of Saudi Arabia rowing, Cheick Sola of Cote d'Ivoire taekwondo, Olufunke Oshonaike of Nigeria table tennis, and Marian Pajon of Colombia cycling. And reacting to our appointment, Oshonaike said, "I'm so excited because during the Paris 2024 Olympic campaign, I was impressed by the huge support of my country and athletes across the country. The appointment confirms that my effort did not go unnoticed. It has been my dream to impact sports that has given me the rare opportunity to live well in life." With the appointment, the IOC Athlete Commission now has 23 members from all continents, including a representative of the refugee Olympic team. Also, the body features 13 women and 10 men, representing 15 summer sports and 5 winter sports are right there. And talking about the IOC, they play a central role in Olympic movement, ensuring athlete voices are heard at the highest level. The commission is composed of up to 23 members, 12 elected directly by athletes during the games, and up to 11 appointed by the IOC president to ensure balanced representation across gender, regions, and sports. For Oshonaike, she represented Nigeria in 7 consecutive Olympic Games from Atlanta 1996 to Tokyo 2020. She currently serves at both Nigerian National Olympic Committee Athletes Commission and the Nigerian Table Tennis Athletes Commission. So it's all the best to Olufunke Oshonaike as she represents Nigeria on the big stage. Leaving that story and straight to Nigerian players abroad, Super Falcons forward Asisat Oshoala extended a fine scoring streak yesterday, netting a 6th goal of the season to inspire Al Hilal to a 2-0 win over Eastern Flames in the Saudi Women's Premier League. The Nigerian star, who has been astounding since arriving in Al Ahly, opening the scoring in the 43rd minute, pouncing on a rebound to give the visitors a well-deserved lead. Al Hilal strengthened their grip on the match early in the second half when Al Bandari Mubarak struck in the 62nd minute, securing a comfortable victory. Despite the win, Al Hilal remains second on the log with 15 points from 7 games, 3 points behind leaders Al Nassr, who maintain a perfect record and still have a game in hand. And for AC Milan defender Fikayo Tomori, he has clarified why he never represented Nigeria at international level, stating that the Nigerian Football Federation never extended an official invitation despite his eligibility. In an interview, the 27-year-old centre-back born in Calgary to Nigerian players said the absence of formal contracts from Nigeria left him with only one realistic pathway in international football, which is England. And according to reports, Tomori explained that although he had strong personal ties to Nigeria and maintained close relationship with several Super Eagles players, including Ola Aina, Alex Iwobi, and Ademola Lookman, but no approach was ever made by the NFF. Alright, leaving Nigeria players abroad and straight to the MPFL, Rivers United head coach Finidi George says his players struggle with psychological fatigue in their hard-fought 1-0 victory over Kano Pillars in a rescheduled Nigerian Premier League football match day 15 fixture on Wednesday night in Port Harcourt. And for Boluwaji Sholumade, he scored the decisive goal in the 88th minute, securing a crucial victory that lifts Rivers United to third place on the table with 26 points from 13 matches and 2 games in hand. Speaking after the game, Finidi acknowledged that the team's disappointing 1-2 CAF Champions League loss to RS Bakane in Uyo days earlier weighed heavily on the squad. Now, taking his coach right there, he said it was a difficult game. We knew that from the start, And coming from that defeat in the CAF Champions League, I think it affected the players psychologically. It was always difficult when you lose like that, and then you return home to play a league game. Psyching up the players was not easy at all. You could see in the first half they were little bit sloppy. Finidi, however, praised his players' improved intensity after the break. In the second half, they pushed, and luckily for us, we got a goal. We are happy with the 3 points. Rivers United next travel to Umuahia for a matchday 16 clash against 6th place Abia Warriors on Sunday, December 7, 2025.
Today, I'm announcing my retirement from international football. In 2015, a phone call from the late Stephen Keshi changed my life. A month later, the big boss gave me my debut. His belief in me ignited a desire to follow in his footsteps. Every single time I've put on the iconic shirt to walk out onto the pitch, I've thought back to that exact moment. Going on to captain the Super Eagles was beyond my wildest dreams. Nigeria took me in and trusted me to lead and represent a nation of 230 plus million. From a boy born and raised in the Netherlands to the Oyibo War and eventually Schiphol is a privilege I will always hold close to my heart. To have achieved 83 senior caps, played in 5 major tournaments, won 3 medals and broken a few records, I have really lived my dream. A bronze medal at the Rio 2016 Olympics, followed by playing at the 2018 World Cup in Russia and 3 incredible AFCON tournaments with a bronze and most recently a silver medal will remain unforgettable. Being able to lead Nigeria through the 2023 AFCON, scoring in the final and being named player of the tournament was something so special. To this day, I still wish for a different ending. Becoming the highest scoring defender in AFCON history is an honour I share with every teammate who was part of those moments. I'm at peace knowing that throughout all these milestones, I gave everything I had. Not just for myself, but to try and inspire the next generation the same way I was inspired by the legends I looked up to and had the pleasure to fight shoulder to shoulder with. It has been so much fun to play alongside my Nigerian teammates. Watching them grow into leaders, time has come to pass on the responsibility, to pass on the opportunity, and to pass on the captaincy. I'm so proud to be part of a group that fully showed it's possible to come home, to play and represent our beloved nation. None of this would have been possible without the people around me. To every coach, member of staff, and most importantly, my teammates and now brothers, past and present, who have been part of my international journey, thank you. To the Nigerian fans, the heartbeat of Nigerian football, your support has carried me through every high and every challenge. This isn't a final goodbye. My work within Nigerian communities continues, just as my love and passion for the team will never fade. The last decade has been filled with commitment, pride, and unforgettable memories. Wearing the Super Eagles shirt has been more than playing football. It has been a duty, a privilege, and an honour.
Alright, that was William Troost Ekong announcing his retirement from international football. And yes, Super Eagles players and Confederation of African Football have praised William Troost Ekong, who announced his retirement from international football yesterday, bringing an end to a decade-long career with Nigeria just 2 weeks before the 2025 African Cup of Nations. The 32-year-old confirmed the decision in an emotional video, which I just played now, ending days of speculation that followed Nigeria's failure to qualify from the 2026 FIFA World Cup after a dramatic 4-3 penalty shootout defeat to DR Congo in the playoff. William Troost Ekong, who made his debut for Nigeria in 2015 under the late Stephen Keshi, reflected on his journey with the national team, describing it as the greatest privilege of his life. The announcement has drawn tributes from teammates and football authorities. Rangers striker Cyril Dessers described him as a legend while Nottingham Forest Ola Aina wrote "My Champion" and Ademola Lookman called him a leader. The Confederation of African Football wrote on X, "Legends remain in their time and long after it." William Troost Ekong, it's been a pleasure captain. That's the Confederation of African Football on X, on the social media platform right there. Ekong's retirement comes less than 48 hours after he was listed in Eric Sekushel 54-player squad for the forthcoming AFCON, which will commence in Morocco from December 21. Although he represented the Netherlands at the youth level, Ekong opted to play for Nigeria and also made his senior debut in 2015 during the AFCON qualifier against Chad. He played for Nigeria at the 2018 World Cup in Russia and was named one of the team's leader in 2021. All right, leaving that story straight to the AFCON. Yes, a former Super Eagles midfielder Mutiu Adepoju has urged the national team to adopt a serious, disciplined and highly focused mindset as preparation intensified for the 2025 African Cup of Nations AFCON in Morocco. Right there, Adepoju, a member of Nigeria's 1994 AFCON winning squad, told a particular media house that only proper preparation in training, tactics and mentality can help Nigeria end its 12-year wait for a fourth continental crown. Nicknamed the headmaster for his renowned aerial prowess during his playing career, Adepoju won that Nigerian reputation as one of the Africa's traditional giants, ensured that every opponent raises his performance when facing the Super Eagles. While many observers consider Nigeria AFCON group favorable, Adepoju cautioned against any form of complacency. The former Real Sociedad and Racing Santander star stressed that the technical preparedness, squad unity and mental resilience will be decisive factor in Nigeria's quest to reclaim the title, the last one in 2013. Nigeria, three-time African champions, will head to Morocco as one of the tournament favorites, but Adepoju insists success will only come if the team demonstrates discipline, commitment required to navigate challenges ahead. All right, straight to the foreign scene right there.
Fernandez gives it back to Mbumo, who swings it in underneath the post. Brilliant stop. Ariola diving away, tips it over the bar. But what an effort from Brian Mbumo, dipping towards the crossbar. Ahmad on the edge of the penalty area. Ahmad checking one way then the other, gets the ball and gets the crossing chance for Zexi off the line. Falls for Cunha inside the penalty area. Athletic overhead kick is blocked. Oh, it's brilliant, it's wide. Bruno Fernandes with a Di Canio-esque effort on goal. Could not direct it inside the post. It flashes wide. United's best chances of the half so far. Oh, Bowen's got really fortunate here. He's passed the next one as well, gets the shot in, but Senna Lammers is in the right place at the right time to pluck that out of the sky.
He does manage to create things out of nothing, and he did get a little bit of luck there.
Casemiro moves it on again to Ahmad. Ahmad, corner of the penalty area, checks onto his left foot, pulls it back to Casemiro, drives the strike in. Diogo Dalot at the striker end, scores for Manchester United. First Premier League goal of the season, and it gives the Reds the lead against West Ham United. Right place, right time, Diogo Dalot.
And he's taken that chance brilliantly.
Casemiro tries to force the pass, takes a deflection. Bruno Fernandes takes advantage. Now down the right hand side for Brian Mbumo into the penalty area. Brian Mbumo shifted onto his left foot. Can he find some space? Goes down. Shot comes in. It's over the top. Referee says corner. Well, there's another big decision here from Andrew Kitching. It looked like Brian Mbumo was brought down inside the penalty area. He says no, it's a corner. It came out second ball. It's Magassa that has scored. Free at the back post, turns it home, and it's Manchester United 1, West Ham 1.
Alright, that was how we ended at the Old Trafford as United and West Ham played a 1-1 draw. Songo to Magassa late equalizer, and West Ham United a 1-1 draw against Manchester United at Old Trafford, making it the first Premier League contest between these sides since July 2020 to end level. The O's immediately came out on the front foot, but the Hammers broke forward when they could and had the big first opportunity as Aaron Wan-Bissaka put back for Matheus Fernandes to hit a first-time shot that Casemiro deflected behind Jean-Claire Todibo, and Bruno Fernandes then had an attempt blocked at either end before Casemiro got himself in the way again to deny Jarrod Bowen, and Erlich Malik Diouf scored his attempt harmlessly wide. Alfonso Areola was forced into the game's first save in the 25th minute when he tipped over a looped Brian Mbeumo's effort that looked destined for top corner. The Hammers just about survived a month later as Wan-Bissaka cleared Joshua Zexe's attempt off the line. For Jean Todibo, it blocked Matheus Cunha overhead kick, and Bruno Fernandes fired anguishingly wide. The hosts continued to build momentum, although Mavropanos and Todibo denied Cunha and Bruno Fernandes respectively before Bowen danced his way into Manchester United's box, but his shot was saved by the goalkeeper, Son Lerment, right there. Mbeumo had two promising openings early in the second half, yet Frederick Port made a vital challenge to deny the winger, and Thomas Schuck stood firm when he did get a shot off before Luke Shaw blazed his shot over right there. It was Diego Dalot that got the goal for United, and West Ham, it was Magasa who got the goal for West Ham United. All right, later today we'll talk about some of these stories extensively until 6 p.m. on the Cruise Show when I come your way again. I'm Akimbo Bala Egufemi. Good morning.
This is a journey into music and sound.
Hey people, this is Aramide.
What's up? My name is J1.
Yo, my name is K-Switch. Senna.
Credible right here.
Hey yo, this is LKT.
Hey football on yeah. Hi, my name is Niniola.
Hi, Abasa Konde, the Paramount King of Music.
Yeah, one of my people that call me Q-Dog.
It is your favorite boy, Sean Teaser.
It's your boy, Seriki Omowo.
And yo, it's your boy, Jide Crystal. And you're listening to Melody 100.7 FM. Don't touch that dial. It's absolute music on 100.
Don't go nowhere because I love you.
Let's go. Just tune to Melody 100.7 FM. Still cool with Melody.
From Melody 100.7 FM, Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. The time is 9 a.m.
It is 9:03 from the studios of Melody 100.7 FM. It is Melody Sunrise on Melody 100.7 FM. My name is Bolabad, and it is time to go straight, or we are now live inside of the People's Assembly. Now, we're going to be talking about something serious, just quite a bit serious, something that a lot of motorists and even some pedestrians would actually relate to this very morning. And in case you're listening for the first time and you're wondering what is People's Assembly, well, it's a segment on the Sunrise Show where we get to talk about serious issues. Sometimes we talk politics, sometimes we talk societal issues, sometimes we talk about things like what we'll be talking about today. Sometimes we discuss education in the country and also in the state of Oyo, or in Oyo State, or in Ibadan, so to say. All right, so and it is like a parliament setting, and where for every parliament we do know that there is always a Speaker of the House, which I'll be serving a capacity of for today. I'll be the Honorable Speaker of the House, and you on the other hand will be the Honorable of the House, where I bring in a conversation, and then you on the other hand will be telling me what you think, your opinion about the situation or the topic at hand. Like I said this morning, we'll be talking about something something that a lot of motorists and a lot of pedestrians also can actually relate to. So when you call me up, when I open the studio lines, aka the floor, for you to call me up, make sure that you introduce yourself rightly as an honorable of the house. Okay, so say I were to call in, I'd say my name is Honorable Bolabad, calling from Basharon constituency, because that is where we are located at number 2 Makpadero Street off Bodewasimi, Basharon, Ibadan. All right, so that being said, we've laid down the ground work or the ground rule for the segment of the show. Let's talk about how it has become illegal for VIOs to impound vehicles, according to an Abuja High Court. And they actually ruled as it restrains the agency from seizing vehicles and imposing fines on motorists. Now, this story was actually covered by majority of the dailies this very morning, as we have it reported on various Nigerian dailies this morning. The Punch reported it, saying that VIO heads to Supreme Court after losing vehicle impoundment appeal, and that is on the front page of the Punch newspaper. Also on the front page of what's it called now? On the front page of Vanguard newspaper, it is also there saying appeal court affirms judgment barring VIO from seizing vehicles, imposing fines. Also on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune has appeal court bars VIOs from impounding vehicles and imposing fines. And it's been a lot of back and forth. I hinted earlier when I was taking the headlines from the front pages of various Nigerian dailies this morning about the backstory, where a court in Abuja has actually barred them from impounding people's vehicles and imposing fines, as it is become illegal for them. But the agency has actually gone to the appeal court to appeal it, and High Court also ruled as a restraint. Now they've gone to the appeal. Now they're thinking of going to the Supreme Court as well to just get this overruled. Okay, but that remains to be seen. What we're going to be discussing today is the real function or the responsibilities of the VIO, and also I'll be asking you 2 questions at the end, but let's begin with it. It is illegal for VIO to impound vehicles, according to Abuja High Court ruling, as it restrains the agency from seizing vehicles and imposing fines on motorists. Now, the Abuja division of the Federal High Court has ruled that the Directorate of Road Services, VIO, lacks the legal authority to confiscate vehicles or impose fines on Nigerian motorists. Now, delivering the judgment on October 2nd, 2024 in case FHC/ABJ/CS/1695/2023, Justice Nkeonye Evelyn Maha stated that VIO officers are not empowered by any law or statute to stop, impound, confiscate the vehicles of motorists or impose fines on motorists. Now, the judgment followed a lawsuit filed by human rights attorney Mr. Marshall of Falano and Falano Chambers, aiming to curtail the powers of the road traffic agencies, which has long been a source of anxiety for motorists nationwide. Justice Maha also issued a perpetual injunction restraining VIO, its agents, allies, or anyone acting on its behalf from violating Nigerians' right to freedom of movement, presumption of innocence, and property ownership without lawful jurisdiction. The ruling does not affect the Federal Road Safety Corps, however, which continues to operate as Nigeria's primary road traffic enforcement body. So the decision brings significant reliefs to millions of motorists across the country, and a lot of people have been reacting to it. Now, we're going to look at VIO. And the duties and function of vehicle inspection officers. So one of the directorates that fall under the purview of the Ministry of Transportation is known as Vehicle Inspection Service, that is VIS. Now, the roadworthiness of motor vehicles in the state is the primary focus of this new service, which it will inspect, control, and regulate these vehicles. Now, duties and functions of VIOs that includes the pre-registration inspection of vehicles, cooperating with other agencies to ensure traffic rules and regulations, providing accessible emergency services, cooperating with relevant agencies engaged in road safety activities, or in the prevention of accidents on the highways, inspection and issuance of roadworthiness certificate, that is RWC, in respect of all vehicles. Also ensuring that all vehicles plying roads are roadworthy at all time. Training and testing of applicants for driver's license, training and testing of applicants for rider's card, and carrying out inspection and issuing a report on accident vehicles in the state and country, and also preparing and keeping statutory registers and a database of all certificates issued and revoked. Now, these are the duties and functions of the VIO. Then you keep wondering, where did the impounding of vehicles come from? Question I'll be asking is, do you think it is a good one from the High Court and the Appeal Court for actually stating and also maintaining that it is now illegal for the VIOs to impound vehicles? And also, have you had an experience or a close encounter with a VIO officer, or should I say the VIO, and how did that go? Have you witnessed when they impounded a vehicle and all of that? Let me know what you think. Do you think it is a good one coming from the courts saying that it has become illegal for VIO to impound vehicles, and also the appeal court restating that particular judgment? 07055 071 007, 07055 071 007, or 07025 201 007. Hello, good morning, Honorable.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Honorable Sam.
Oh, good to have you this morning, Honorable Sam. Let's have your take.
Yeah, thank you. I don't really think that court judgment is something that people should believe about. Because, you know, in Nigeria, court judgments are just merely another statement. It only favors the high and mighty. So those of us that, I don't know for you, for those of us who are on the ground, in quotes, it doesn't apply. So first of all, the problem is those who are making or creating these agencies. So you see, the Nigeria generally cause problem for itself. When these agencies were being created, they don't spell out their duties clearly. They just give them power. So when you do that, and at the end of the day, people who now understand these things legally, at some point they will want to challenge it. We don't have to go through that route. There has to be a clear definition of what their duties are. So now with this judgment, you know, this case started in 2024.
Yeah.
That they took the case to court. And eventually the court then made this judgment. It was not even this judgment, this court that made this judgment. It only upheld that last year's judgment, that that judgment is correct. And now they are going to appeal because VIO has gotten used to the fact of
impounding vehicles. So you pay fines.
They have come to love it. I mean, you see all those things you mentioned that are their duties.
Yeah.
They don't do anything.
Yeah, so you're saying their target is just to impound vehicles?
Yes, that's their target. They don't go close to anything. Don't assist. You cannot say a person assist anybody on the road, never. And you know the most funny part of it is, not just in Auto State, if you go around the full federation, I don't know how whether they have it on their mandate or so. And they are almost everywhere. If you go around, at least if there's any state I've not been to, especially like maybe 4 states, the other state, if you go, they all have the same trait.
Especially in that Lagos.
No, it's not especially in Lagos.
VIO in Lagos is on another level.
No, see, it's because of where you have been to Lagos. That's why you feel that way. If you meet them in Abuja, you feel like Abuja is worse. Apart from those core northern states where they don't dare go and disturb them. In Kaduna, you don't see them disturbing the way they do in this part of the country. In Kano, you don't see them do it. In Nasarawa, you don't see them do it. But in the east and the west, south, you see them doing all of this. So I feel it's not going to be a judgment case. Like, I've had an encounter with them several times. But there was this particular case I had. I was coming from Lagos, and there was this person that picked me up along the way. He was driving his company vehicle. So he picked me up, and we drove up to where we got to Challenge.
Okay.
They were somewhere around there, and they stopped the vehicle. He stopped. The roadworthiness of the vehicle had expired, but his boss had obtained another one. But they had not gotten it.
It has not been issued.
No, it has been issued, but they have not printed. You know, recently now you can get it online. So you don't have to wait for the hard copy. So the boss had not printed the hard copy so that they can add it to the document.
Document of the vehicle, yeah.
So I'm getting that late because he was panicking, so I was like, oh, God, don't panic. To me, you see, of course, already he has paid for it and they have issued it, so you don't have a problem now. So we talked, and they said, no, that soft copy will not work, that they want the hard copy. I was like, are you people serious? At the end of the day, they said we'll go to their office. I said, no, the man was panicking. I said, don't worry, let us go to their office. That's simple as that. When we got there, I told him, call your boss. Tell him this is the situation. The boss was very angry. He was like, I know now. I have the soft copy of it. I have paid and it has been issued. So this is not about whether we don't have it at all. Look at the date. The previous one expired, and look at the date the new one was issued. So you see that it's not even about 1 or 2 days. It was even before the previous one expired that he already processed the new one. We were driving it until I told them, I said, don't worry, I know what to do. I told the boss, please send it to your driver. He sent the soft copy. I took the man, we went outside to print
it, and then you brought the hard copy. Tough.
And they were like, hey, I'm just bringing the hard copy. I said, okay, what date is on it? And eventually, they said, okay, you pay the people at the gate for allowing. I said, okay, we are not paying 1 naira. 1 naira will not pay. And that was how they allowed. They said, I bet, carry your wallah. They said, this one will be like, he's looking like a soldier. I'm going to let them make it carry wallah, they go. But then we have to go through that process.
I mean, right?
So these people don't even know anything about their job, because if you check them on the way, they are looking more like those staff that are collecting money from Okada people and Nikra people. They don't know anything. So for me, this judgment is not about, it's not for people to be happy. It's about they should spell out their job description. Say it, let everybody know that this is what their job entails. So that if they stop you on the way, you tell them this is not your work. Just like the way road safety will come and stand on our state roads. They're not supposed to be on our state roads. They're supposed to be on the federal highway.
Yeah.
But you see them in our state road, blocking vehicles, collecting money from them. So I don't think it's a judgment that people want to rejoice. We should go back
until it has been enforced, right? Is that what you're saying?
We want to see the enforcement, and going forward, whenever the government wants to create any agency, especially law enforcement agencies, they should spell out their
duties and their
the
functions.
Same way the one in Oyo State is also disturbing people, arresting people. Yes, old people. You can imagine a yes old person arresting people. So these things, the government should spell it out. They should spell it out that these are their duties, so that people will know what their duties and where it ends. So I think that's just what the government should do going forward.
All right.
Not just giving people stress of going to court, come and be doing the same things that they should have done before.
Thank you so much, sir. Have a great day ahead of you. All right, 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. This is Melody Sunrise, and we are discussing the VIO situation this beautiful morning. You can either call me up or send messages. Let me know what you think. Do you think it is, a good one coming from the High Court and also restated by the Supreme Court, saying that it is now illegal for VIO to impound vehicles and also fine motorists? Now, the Abuja Division of the Federal High Court has ruled that the Directorate of Road Services, VIO, lacks the legal authority to confiscate vehicles or impose fines on Nigerian motorists, delivering the judgment on October 2nd, 2024 in case FHC ABJ/CS/1695/2023. Justice Ekeonye Evelyn Maha stated that VIO officers are not empowered by any law or statute to stop, impound, confiscate the vehicles of motorists and or impose fine on motorists. Now, the judgment followed a lawsuit filed by the human rights attorney, Mr. Marshall of Falano and Falano Chambers, aiming to curtail the power of the road traffic agencies, which has long been a source of anxiety for many motorists nationwide. Justice Maha also issued a perpetual injunction restraining VIOs. Perpetual may actually absolute. Yeah, not today, not just for 1 year, absolute. Okay, injunction restraining VIO, its agents, allies, or anyone acting on its behalf from violating Nigerians' rights to freedom of movement, presumption of innocence, and property ownership without lawful justification. Now, the ruling does not affect the Federal Road Safety Code, however, which continues to operate as Nigeria's primary road traffic enforcement body. Now, this decision brings significant relief to millions of motorists across the country. If you've actually had an encounter with VIO, you would not love it. You would absolutely not love it. A lot of people are saying that, the agency is actually almost similar to that of FRSC. Now, I'm asking a question. As the Honorable of the South, do you think that this judgment is a right step in the right direction? Have you had an encounter with a VIO, officers before? Let me know. Let's actually talk about it. 07055 071 007. 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. We also looked at the duties and functions of VIO, which includes the pre-registration inspection of vehicles, cooperating with other agencies to enforce traffic rules and regulations, providing accessible emergency services, cooperating with relevant agencies engaged in road safety activities or in the prevention of accidents on the highways, inspection and issuance of roadworthiness certificate RWC in respect of all vehicles, ensuring that all vehicles plying roads are roadworthy at all times. Training and testing of applicants for driver's license is also one of their duties. Training and testing of applicants for rider's card. That is for people that are riding motorcycles, right? And carrying out inspections and issuing a report on accident vehicles in the state and country. Preparing and keeping statutory registers and a database of all certificate issued and revoked. These are the duties and functions of VIO. And the court is saying, under all of this, I do not see impounding of vehicles or imposing fines. So it is now illegal for VIO to impose fine and impound vehicles until further notice till forever. But now they've actually went to the Court of Appeal. It is actually being restated, and now they're heading to the Supreme Court, talking about the agency, hoping that the Supreme Court will be in their favor. Do you think, the ruling that it is now illegal for VIO to impound vehicles, do you think it is something worth celebrating for Nigerian motorists, or do you think that this is the right step in the right direction? While some people are even arguing that, why not merge VIO and FRSC? Like, they're doing almost the same thing. Why not merge them and let's just move on? Because FRSC will be the one issuing the driver's license. These people are the one training. So they can actually be a department of the FRSC. Let me know what your take is this morning. 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. Let me know what your take is this morning. Do you think this is the right step in the right direction, or you think that it is something that should still be left? Because a lot of Nigerians are also lawless. 07025 201 007, 07025 201 007 or 07055 071 007. You can call me or send messages. We have about 5 more minutes to talk about this, and then we'll wrap up the conversation. 07055 071 007. Send messages or call me up. If your ma says, finally, no more road nightmares. Even when your paper is complete, they must see something. 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. Dupe says this duplication of functions is just wasteful. Merge FRSC, VIO, LASMA together as one agency. So I believe you're talking from Lagos. Okay, 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. You can also head to Facebook, drop your comments on Facebook at Melody 100.7 FM. That is the handle on Facebook, Melody 100.7 FM. You can just head to Facebook and drop your comment. Sheriff Akumbiade says, good morning, a beautiful morning to you too. Let me know what your take is this morning concerning the topic at hand, the VIO, being restricted from impounding vehicles, till further notice. 07055 071 007, 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007, 07025 201 007 or 07055 071 007. There is okay, I'm trying to get the name. Ilefo, did I get that correctly? Says you will see VIO like this and your liver will start to shrink. Very nonsense people. Even if your document is complete, they will still find something to hold you upon the roadworthiness that they inspect your car before they issue. 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007, 07025 201 007 or 07055 071 007. All right, this one is from Vera, very long one. Says Nigeria doesn't lack laws, it lacks clarity. We run 10 to 15 agencies policing the same thing: roads, police, FRSC, VIO, state traffic, security, police, DSS, NSCDC, regional outfits, borders, corruptions, inspections, multiple checkpoints, duplicated power, weak accountability. Because many agencies share the same duty, no single one owns responsibility. Everyone can stop you, question you, or fine you, but no one is fully accountable. That confusion creates abuse, delays, and extortion. Problem isn't regulation, it is overlap. While a lot of people are actually calling it that, some people are saying, why not merge VIO and FRSC? Why not merge them? Okay, let the VIO become a department under the FRSC. I mean, because their duty is actually over, like this, like Vera has rightly said, they are overlapping. The duties are actually overlapping. How about you merge them? That is what some people are saying. 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. Evans says, after making me pay fine of 20,000 naira yesterday, I beg, make them refund me, or would you go back to their office and get it back? 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. 07025 201 007 or 07055 071 007. There is prolific ICM. Okay, it says task force Unko. They took my car, evicted me from it, and drove off. I had to go to the impound lot where I was asked to pay 150k to get my car. Never seen a more heartless set of people. A lot is actually going on in the country with motorists and all these agencies. 07055 071 007 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. Let me know what your take is. One more minute and then we'll wrap up the conversation. It is now illegal for VIO to impound vehicles. That is the headline. Yes, and the Abuja High Court actually ruled that in the last year ruling, and the appeal court actually sustained that same ruling. Now the VIO agency has head to the Supreme Court, hopefully to get their own verdict. But so far so good. As it stands today, it is illegal for VIOs to impound vehicles and impose fines on motorists. The question is it the right step in the right direction? Is it a good one? Is it a good one? Is it a good development for, the country? And also, have you had an encounter with VIOs before? How did it go? 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. I'm taking a breather right now and I'll be ushering my guest into the studios in a bit. But for now, this one is Adekunle Gold and Loj and also Show Day doing Bobo. Stick around and keep it locked. Don't move a muscle.
High market value for dance wani. Born to be soft, forced to be tough. Coupe, be bamba. Baba don't show la, I'm just a spender. When they say no, way. Shebolu don't say. Pricing me up, be way kaka. Mumba fele de mumba kaka. Spin up on my song, be born replay. Confetti make the money spray. Daddy shoki lojo galala. Veggie baby, jala la. Baba. Na easy sabali bobo. Follow like a mongo follow she bobo. Na easy sabali bobo. Follow like a mongo follow she.
No put sentiment in my 20% if I wash the illegal. So fellow won't laugh at you move ya. Let me call the money exchanger. But see the bulletproof glass on top the Land Cruiser. In case of unknown shooters. And they go say I'm raising my shoulder. Because I don't relate with their brother. Holy, I'm a loco. Hold me tight like Akako. I said they shine like diamond. I put the drop like carnival. And they go be like magician. And I'm on Billy Boy. I'm not day by day. I know if you hide my face. Promote I gas me. I put the party on Choco Loco. Because the band is they call me Bobo.
Na easy sabali bobo. Follow like a mongo follow she bobo. Na easy sabali bobo. Follow like a mongo follow she.
Money no they bring happiness. Only àtijọ́. When they kule jambo for money, oh pariwo je. Oh my God, mentality could make you feel like it's enjoyment in a lavish. When you get back, jump to that Sarah, no look at your face. Cause if you get big, let's make you get 100 baba. If you no get money, you baba. na money be fine, boko. And they no see you as better. Na easy sabali, boko, boko. Olowo like a boko, follow she, boko. Na easy sabali, boko, boko. Olowo like a boko, follow she, boko.
So we're back to it. Adekunle Gold, Low J, and Show Day doing Bobo. It is 9:33 a.m. from the studios of Melody 100.7 FM. My name is Bolabad, and this is Melody Sunrise. So I have, like I said, I'll be having a guest on the show. I have my guest in the studios, and we're going to be talking about something that is happening in the city of Ibadan this weekend. Quite a number of events are going down in the city, and this one is a standout event, actually, and that will be happening in Ibadan. It is called Ibadan Sit Down, and it is the Seat Out, rather, sorry. And, it is the 5th edition. And this one will be talking about creativity and personal development and civic. See, I love that theme. I would actually have to say that before I even introduce my guest. She's the host and the convener, and name is Oluwatoyin Adeyemi. A beautiful morning to you, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, good to have you in the studios.
Thank
so first up, 5th edition. How has the first 4 been?
Ooh, I would say that the Ibadan Sit Out has grown through the years. This is something that actually started from my Facebook page. Yes. And then we called it the Facebook Sit Out.
Okay.
So I'd like to say that I wasn't the only one that started it. Anyways, I have a team of people that I work with who are basically my Facebook friends and people that I actually know, like in real life. So we just thought that beyond the typing, on our phones and complaining about social issues, there should be something that we can do about it.
True.
So we thought of creating a platform where we take the conversation offline, like what we talk about on Facebook. Like I remember writing that this is just like your normal Facebook conversation taken offline. You understand? So we said that time we were like, let's go offline. Yes, I think that was the tagline that we put then. And then so we just came together and we're talking about our mental health, the fact that some of those things that you discuss can actually get achieved mentally, and then how do you actually coordinate yourself that you're not lost in the whole
facade.
Where you're just there are times you see things that you're not comfortable with in the society and you just want to complain and then call out the government authorities that should do those things, that should be in charge of taking care of those social issues and all. But then what can we do as a people? Because they talk about like be the solution, not just complaining and all. So we said, okay, let's think of something practical that we can also. So it has, like I said, it has grown over the years because there was a time that there was an edition. I think that was the second or third edition where we had INEC officials who came in to talk to us about our civic responsibility, the fact that we need to vote. I think that was 2022 and election was coming on in 2023 or so. So I just reached out to the REC commissioner, or is that what they call him? Yeah, I reached out to the person that time and he gladly obliged because he's a Facebook friend. He is still anyways. So they came around and they talked to us, and then we had stakeholders in the city as well, like people like Mr. Oluwashin Akinola who came around and then talked to us about their engagements with politicians over the years on their shows. Like you here now, I'm sure that you take on people, you talk to them about these things,
Yeah,
so and then we have politicians. I remember my sister Fatima Azan was around too, and then so it's been like that. And then the edition we had I think in 2023, last year was 2024. We also had digital creators from across southwestern states, because I remember that Yoderinu was the keynote speaker. I came in from Oshogbo, and then my sister Ololade Monsura. We had we had quite a number of them. Kenny Ogumiloro has always been with us. So it's been like that. It's not. It's just grown. That's just it, and the conversation has evolved.
All right. So I've actually seen the theme, like I said earlier. Like I absolutely love the theme for this year's Seat Out, which is balancing creativity, personal development, and civic responsibility. The Nigerian content creation dilemma. Is a lot, because it is a lot, because you would actually watch some content. You'd be like, why? Like on a more serious note, and I like the fact that you're going to be talking about it head on and everything. So what actually brought about this particular theme for this year? Let's start from there.
So I tell people that I always love to talk experientially and bring issues home. Like for instance, now we're talking about balancing creativity. We're talking about social responsibility and personal development. So now, especially that now that most of these digital platforms, let's say social media platforms, have monetized for Nigeria.
People just want to do things just to get the cash and just
let's
go and dance on TikTok. Don't worry.
and so we're talking about there's that place of empowerment as well. The fact that the economy is not smiling, and people want to make money.
True.
But beyond just going on social media, and creating content. Which actually involves a level of creativity before you can go and say that, okay, this is what I can do to get people to watch me or read what I write, or listen to me. There has to be some level of creativity, thinking that goes into that. But how do you find that balance where you're not being irresponsible? Like you said now, you just see some indecent, portrayals on social media. But this is content creation. People want to make money.
People want to make money, and there's a market for it. That is something that we are not really focusing on. If there is no market for these kind of contents, they won't be prevailing, or we won't see more of them. So I absolutely love this particular theme because it's going to talk to us as also consumers.
Of course.
Not just content creators.
I'm sorry. And then in a way, that you don't have to be. You don't have to have like 50,000 or 200,000 or 1 million followers to be a content creator.
Of course, everybody is a content creator.
You get
so far you're posting on your social media platform,
and
you
some
are
people are commenting,
content.
and some people are reading, even when they are not reacting. People are seeing what you're posting. So what we have done this year is not to call so-called
the influencers,
public figures, the influencers. So we just want to talk to people who are using social media to drive something, who are creating content in whatever capacity it is. So let's talk about it. And I looked out for people who I know have done something tangible, not just with social media, but I've used social media
as an influence to fudge
whatever it is that they are doing. You understand? Like one of the people that is coming now, she's actually an entrepreneur, but what she does, she uses social media to promote. She's on Instagram actually, so she's promoting enterprise with Instagram, and then she's out there, and that's what she's focused on. She has a personal page where she does some other things, and then I have someone too. He's not an influencer, but then he also posts about social issues. He talks about, and his content speaks to me anyways, but it's not your regular content. And then we have the content creators too, like Arubo Boys, he's also part of them, and then he's on radio like you, and then I like what he talks about. For instance, there was the day he wrote about a big ditch in the middle of the road, and he calls out government authorities to, like, when there are things that they're supposed to do. There are people who just play to power, they just want to do things. Or
yes,
let
ma'am.
me even go there. But then people you can see that they have integrity, they are socially conscious, that civic, that sense of I want something to be better is there. Or they are just doing something in their own personal space, And then I like to talk about the personal development part too.
Okay.
Because that's where for me as a person, I was telling someone that for a while, in fact, I had to go back on Facebook because I want to push this program. There was a time in my life where I felt like, let me step away a bit from Facebook to do what? Because I felt like, okay, I was being distracted. So I wanted to take some courses, upskill in certain areas. But then if I'm constantly on Facebook, just going through content,
you're going to get
just
distracted.
writing, I'm going to get distracted. So how do I that balance? Where do I step away? Or if I don't even want to step away, how do I
navigate?
Get that? How do I? Yes. So those are the discussions we're having. So it's anybody, because we are all, even people that are like 70 years old are on Facebook, TikTok. So it's just a conversation that cuts across. And I always like to say that and emphasize this, that over the years we've built a community of quality people, who come together. So it's a place where you can connect and meet with like minds. I personally reach out to some people because I know the values they carry. I know what they can share. So they are not even guest speakers, but they're just going to be there, and everybody there is going to say one thing or the other. So you just other. And then the platform is there. You meet people on your own, and so it's just a beautiful place to be.
Okay, so what caught my attention was the fact that the entry is free.
Yes, it is. It is.
You're doing a lot of CSR in the world. And so where is it going to be happening? And is there a form of registration? You know how some events are always like, the entry is free, but you have to register still.
Of course, there is a form of registration, because everything that we have done, we've been able to do through the goodwill of people and my team as well. Shout out to Promise, Mr. Adetula, Alaji Abiola Ogunbade, Teniola. These are just normal people, not necessarily rich people. So we've done it through the year. So definitely you have to, the registration is, we have to close it at some point, because you have a budget and everything. And like I said, we're not.
You have a budget. Are you going to be giving us food?
Yes.
That's
food. By the grace of God, yes. If the person is registered and we know they are coming, we plan for them.
Okay.
So
makes a lot of sense.
There's someone they can now reach out to, because like I said, registration has closed. But anyone that is interested in coming, and we talk to the person, you see that, we want to have this person with us. The person is sincere. The person can reach out to this number. When you want me to call it, I'll call it.
You can call it now.
All right. So please reach out to Adejoju on so sorry, just give me a minute. 080 66 96 4832. Can I call it once again?
Please.
080 66 96 4832.
Okay, that is fantastic. So you already mentioned Aruba Boys.
Yes.
Who else are we expected to?
Like I said, Balikis is coming in from Lagos. She's an entrepreneur, doing well in our own space, And then we have Mr. Awolowo. He's the chairman of MSMEs. That's I think medium and small scale enterprises in Plateau State. Yes, is coming into, and then the keynote speaker should actually be Mr. Akinfadeyi, who's the communication consultant, a behavioral change advocate, and someone who's given a lot of grants to a lot of entrepreneurs in Nigeria. So he's supposed to be a guest speaker, but unfortunately won't be able to make it. But then we have someone who's going to step in that capacity. Yes,
surprise, big fish. Big fish.
Yes.
Surprise.
Let me even say it is the editor of the cable.
Okay.
Yes, is coming to represent him, and I've spoken to him. He's given me his word. He said he loves what we are doing, and would definitely love to be part of it. So he'll be the one delivering the keynote speech on that day.
All right. So where is the venue, and what time and date?
The venue is the National Museum of Unity in Aleshiloye. Thank you to the management, because they're collecting next to nothing from us. They also identified with the community service we're doing, and then so I thank them. That's the venue. Time is 1 p.m. No African time.
Okay.
Yes.
No Ibadan time, join because Ibadan people. Okay, it has actually been amazing having this conversation with you. Thank you so much for coming.
And you are also invited.
Definitely. I would actually see to that. All right, so I'll be heading straight to the music, and do not forget that if you have someone that you want to celebrate, by all means, just send me a message, and I'll be here to put a call through to the person for you. All right, 07055071007 or 07025201007. Those are the numbers to text me on. Okay, no calls. Text me the person's name, their phone number, and what you're celebrating them for, and also your name, so I can tell them you sent me. In the meantime, Joe Boy doing Taxi Driver. Stick around.
Who said me make I fall in love again? I be the things that you will be my sweet sugar cane. But you're the weapon fashioned against me. Touch them, forsake me. Karate on every basis. Feelings are just fickle, no. Taxi driver, can you take me home? I can't feel my soul. Hate this feeling, I'm better on my own. Your screwdriver, make I do your own. Baba, I'm better on my own. I don't see somebody comfort me. This situation will change somebody comfort me. Look what you made me do. This is so terrible. Call me like a before. Paulina, calling you. I gotta travel, come back. I will make them butter. I know my feet move further. Taxi driver, can you take me home? I can't feel my soul. Take this feeling, I'm better on my own. You're so tired, make I do your own. Baba, I'm better on my own. I don't see somebody comfort me. This situation will change somebody comfort me. Excusez-moi, veux-tu danser comme pas? Moi pas ton femme haïtienne, tous comme ça. Ou mettre mademoiselle, you make night chat. Danser, la gueule, oh yeah. Alléluia, got too much money but I'm still a shooter. Don't take bad man, feel the poopa. Chanter, danser, la gueule, oh yeah. I feel like uninvited, but I find authorization. Because my presence is a gift from God, and you're looking like an angel, baby. Chanter, dancer, ooh yeah, booty like a circle. And I go handle them carefully. Plus I know you would have dressed for me. You be sure the time for me. Don't even the party me. I don't know I'm blocking me. Shawty no so sad. Family. For the baby and baby. Family. Shawty no so sad. Cabeça brûlée contre. Je me mets en flic et passe mon à la santé. Je monte pas
Put you for your hand, bring you closer. So you have to dance to my come back, come back, come back, come back. Hallelujah. Got too much money, but I'm still a shooter. Don't take back my big pooper. Cause my money bigger than you go sooner. I'm tired of like I'm in the Yakuza. Shana come and fit up to Medusa. I'm quick up and I'm back on my sutra. My vision show my love again. Bring me back to me. Like we're all walking. Jogging with some slack. Can't be leaving me party me, rubbing in the back of me, showing me so sad. Family, full baby, family, showing me so sad.
All right, for campaign part 2, your duet F-Island featuring Burna Boy on that one. It is now 9:54 a.m. from the studios, and this has been Melody Sunrise on Melody 100.7 FM. It is actually a great time. A big thank you to every single person that called, sent messages, and tried to call in as well, but couldn't get into the studios. Thank you so very much for your calls and your reaction and all of that. Thanks for the Facebook comments as well. All right, so Melody Sunrise will return on Monday, but the conversation doesn't end here, okay? You can do well to follow us across all socials, all at Melody 100.7 FM. That is Melody 100.7 FM across all socials. For me, it is at Bolabad across all social media platforms. That is BOLABAD across all social media platforms. All right, so it is bye-bye from me to you for the entire week. A big thank you once again. All right, so I'll be heading out and signing out with ID Kabasa, Bury Me Reimagine featuring T.I. Blaze Latan, and it was a great one. The album is out, actually. Unfinished Business by ID Kabasa dropped in midnight today and has all of these reimagined songs and new songs as well. So ID Kabasa coming through, T.I. Blaze and Zlatan doing Bury Me. Stick around.
Trust me, bro, you can't trust anybody. If you trust anybody, anybody psycho me. Now we dey come on the street on God. I've gone too far to quit China. Let it up, it's still there, see lava, see jaja. Bless me, God, I beg, no give me trauma. Every bounce they go out of the bounce. Salo go great to the enemy, mama. But you better see we go call you, mama. Everybody go there, if you try, call it time, try, call it time, cause I feel pass it away, make you pass it away. It's all out today, it's all out today. Anything before you play, so
100.7 FM.
Cute Abiola Sha, he's too funny.